towards this type of campaign. It's jumping in and it's going and establishing the brand. And then ultimately behind that is talk about the product validation. How are we better than a blue oval or a bow tie truck? We're going to show you. And there's extensions that happen not just when you're at home in the Lazy Boy watching ABC, but it's also happening digital, grassroots. That's what Brian works with folks in the field. Happening down in Columbus, Mississippi. Or when you're going down to Indiana. That's why we like talking to folks like you, because you help are a big extension of our brand. So we took this new Guts of Glory campaign and we want to do a showdown. What a better place to do a showdown than in the great Western scene. So you're going to see all the work that we're doing, and I'm going to show you 4 spots today. We actually have 10 of them. They're all on YouTube, so please go to YouTube, watch them. Okay, I'm not going to give you any jump drives or CD today. I need you to go to YouTube, click, watch, share. All right, but we can go to a Western town, and we're going to have this whole work in the Western town, a showdown, and throw a shot across the blue oval, but also have a modern interpretation on it. The first spot I'm going to show you today is called letterpress. And this is what we call a teaser spot. It's a 30-second spot. We don't have to show product. We don't have to throw out claims, but we're going to kind of establish the tonality of what Guts and Glory means for Ram and how we want to go against the competition. So this is a great spot, and this is where we talk Sam Elliott and only the way Sam Elliott can do. Talks about dust, sweat, blood, and achieving greatness and building the Ram truck. So this is a 30-second spot called letterpress.
The nobility of work, the value of dust, sweat, and blood, the markings of those who aspire to achieve greatness. They represent more than the traits of those we admire. They represent the soul, guts, glory, Ram.
Getting there, that letterpress we call the punch. I mean, that is something where it's inherent throughout the entire campaign. So that's our 30-second spot called letterpress. And actually our launch spot, this spot is actually only going to run one time on network TV. So Joel talked about equestrian and thoroughbred racing. This weekend is the Belmont race. It's the only chance we're going to have to run the 60-second spot, but it's on YouTube. It's already got about 20,000 views and we're looking for more. This is our 60-second brand spot called Code of the West, and it does just that. It's what is the Code of the West? What do we stand for? And you're going to see a couple subtle shots at the blue oval. We're going to come back and take some additional ones with our product validation spots. So this is our 60-second campaign spot called Code of the West.
In the days of the Old West, cowboys lived by an unspoken code. The Code of the West. Never try on another man's hat. Always remove your firearms at the table. Talk less, say more. Always do what has to be done. Some rules were easier to live by than others, and for some, one was just downright impossible to abide.
I got a name for that thing down there. It's called mine.
Never covet another man's horse. Built with honor, forged with pride. Guts, glory, Ram.
So the next spot, those of you who had a chance to maybe speak, and you were certainly introduced to him, Fred Diaz, the CEO of the Ram brand. This is his favorite part of the truck, the Ram box. He helped to design the holsters that Joel was showing you, where you could store your gun, fishing rods, whatever it may be. This is a spot, obviously, that only a way a Ram box could be used back in the Old West. And this is a spot called Ram box.
Lockable, waterproof storage. There's only one full-size pickup that's got it. Let me give you a hint. It's called Ram Box. Guts, glory, Ram.
How do you take something like that and throw it into the Western theme. And then as we were shooting these 10 spots, multi-million-dollar production, we didn't really have plans for a Cummins spot, and someone said, dummy, TDR's coming in, you better frickin' have a Cummins spot ready, because we're gonna throw you out of the room, all right? So I threw a couple extra hundo towards it, and here we are. But this is actually a spot that has been running on network. It's got the most views on YouTube. I'm also gonna share with you a video later where underneath this, we went out and shot what we call like real people, real trucks, and we found folks. That's why I think Brian asked, who has 1 million miles? We want to talk to you, we want to tell your story, and who has those types of unique stories? And this Cummins one is obviously, I think, one of the most impactful spots we have. It's throwing, and I'll share with you after the spot, I'm going to share with you, we posted this on Facebook yesterday, and we're getting some great comments of folks like you that are Ram enthusiasts about this and taking shots at the unnamed auto manufacturer down in Dearborn. So this is a spot called Cummins. Stand up.
Talking a big game about your engine is one thing. Having a proven history that can back it up is a whole other story. Unsurpassed torque, best-in-class towing, legendary Cummins engines. Which engine do you want powering your truck? Guts, glory, Ram.
So the cease and desist letters from Dearborn are being conveniently dropped off in their file 13 in Auburn Hills. I'm waiting for those. So we posted this to Facebook yesterday, so give you some great comments. Would have made a great Super Bowl commercial. I agree. Ha ha, the only thing that Ford would have had was a school bus from IH. I bet Ford just pissed its bed. Excuse my language, I didn't write that. And then, you know, obviously our creative director must have wrote this, best commercial they've made yet. All right, so I just posted that to Facebook, came through yesterday. So, you know, how do we get this message out? I mean, you look at media research, folks spend 31 hours a week sleeping, eating, working. You know why? Because they're multitasking. You know, whether it's yourself, your kids, your grandkids, sitting on the couch watching a Tigers game, I got my iPad on, I'm watching text, I'm texting, I'm looking at 3 different things. We got to make sure that we get our message out across all these different screens and touch points and how we consume media. But this is why, again, an event like this is very important because these are screens, but your people and any media research you look at, one of the highest rated things is word of mouth and influencers, friends. I know I don't do anything anymore without asking friends and of their opinion of a product, service, or what have you. So when we go out, it's not just buying ABC, NBC, and CBS. It's going to your Google, YouTubes, and getting into different types of partnerships like Joel shared with you. The great folks like Mossy Oak, Steel, and we have Guy Fisher, Hunters and Trucks, and being able to share our brand. So that's what we love to do. And actually, if any of you this past Monday, there was an absolute great Civil War week on History Channel. On Monday night from 7 to 9, they had an incredible documentary from Tony and Ridley Scott called Gettysburg. And it just was dumb luck. We didn't manufacture this, but Ram was integrated into it. And it's just not running the 30-second spot, but trying to weave our brand into it. And this is an incredible promotion piece that History Channel did for us. I wanted to share with you, because I happened to DVR it, caught it 2 days later, and I was blown away by how well our truck was integrated and portrayed in this great special that ran on History Channel. So this is, I just wanted to share this with you. Ran last week.
Our nation is battle tested. Expect the same from your truck. Gettysburg is sponsored by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best Rams ever built. Guts, glory, Ram.
That is really interesting. And if you have a chance in History Channel, I'm sure there'll be a re-air in it or an on-demand to be able to see it. Social media. I also oversee social media for the Ram Truck brand. And how many of you are on Facebook? Show of hands. Keep your hands up if you're fans and you like Ram. All right, you can have dinner, you can have dinner, you can have dinner. You're good. If you're on Facebook and you don't like Ram, you're not getting Buddy's Pizza, which is, by the way, the best pizza in Detroit. And if you're not on Facebook, I guarantee your kids or grandkids are. I want all of y'all to be fans of Facebook. I want you to go to YouTube, because that's how we utilize a lot of our media, is to try and get that message out, is through those social platforms. And this is the way we like to interact. So I just had that up for you today. Here's some staggering statistics, and it's scary as I was researching it. 600 million people are on Facebook. I'm not even going to tell you how many hours, that's why they probably block it over at CTC, right? So we can attend more meetings. YouTube, 450 million people a month go to YouTube and spend 2.9 billion hours a month on YouTube. Okay? Twitter, 150 million and growing. I mean, it's obviously staggering, and it's becoming much more woven into our daily life. Not only, and I always say, is everyone's made it their own. My dad's 70 years old. 10 years ago, he couldn't spell PC, but now he's on an iPhone, he has a laptop, and everything to him is just Google it. Right? We all make it our own. I don't care if you're 95 or 5. My 5-year-old daughter can take my iPhone and rip through it better than I can, and I'm pretty tech savvy. So we obviously have to have all of our messages out there. And so go to our website, ramtrucks.com. We've got all these spots there as well as YouTube. And that's where we want, like, obviously this is an e-commerce for us. You know, our stores are only open 6-7 days a week at limited hours, but here we are 24/7. This is our brick and mortar, our electronic version. And I think the first group came back. Is that what I've seen? So what I'll do is I'll show, the last thing we did is if you were to go to ramtrucks.com, we show all our spots, and underneath it, we've got these incredible 6, 7, 8 minute, this case, it's a 6-minute video of real people, real trucks, where we went out and spoke, and this is, we've got 7 or 8 of them. The one I'm going to show you today is Cummins. And this guy's name is Shorty, avid Dodge or Ram owner. He's gone to a store somewhere in Texas, not even sure where it's at, and they gave him the ultimate test drive that only a Cummins enthusiast would enjoy. So we have this, and we have these other types of stories here on our Ram Trucks website. So I'll close with that, and then bring Joel back up, and David, if you do so choose, and for Q&A. So this should work, and this is called Test Drive.
Why did they put such cheap linkage for the latches? I've had 2 of them go bad.
So this is forward hinge doors or rear hinge doors?
Rear hinge doors, quad cab.
So that's pre-90...
98 to 2002.
Not familiar with that issue? We could take a look at it.
Another question I got, wiring the engine connector to the body connector. I've had mine go open on me. And all it took was twisting terminals, plugging it back together, and it worked. But I chased it for 2 days. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one. What year? 2001. Ram diesel.
What are them P3? Yeah. Is it put up under the dash?
Yes. Right above your left foot. The large body connector. You've got 8 terminals in the center that are undersized for the amperage load. And over 10 years of vibrating, they went open. All it took was twisting the terminal about 6/4 of an inch, plugging it back together. Yeah.
Take that one back and look at it going over. I've not heard that.
It's a tough one.
You guys do anything like the direct connection to buy parts and accessories? Yeah. Your marketing department or anything like that?
Yeah, the Mopar guys have... I'm sorry, not everybody can hear the question. The question had to deal with how we used to do direct connection to be able to purchase parts. And what we do today is you have the ability to purchase parts directly, but we still ship them through the local dealer. And because our dealers are our partners and we need them to support the sale afterwards, for example, if you got a part and had a question, or if you had a warranty issue with that part. So we keep them in the loop now. You can go directly to the mopar.com website and purchase parts, both accessories and repair or replacement parts. And we'll ship those right through your local dealer, and you can pick them up that way.
Is there any plan down the road to #1 offer like a dual 45, 55, and so on larger trucks such as this, and also any possibility of a larger Cummins diesel?
Okay, so the 2 questions were, possibility of 4,500, 5,500 pickups